positive thinking movement, in its earliest days, began to open doors to our understandings of the subconscious mind before that vocabulary ever existed. And one of the areas of life where its claims are indisputed by anybody in any serious way, to cite one example, is in the area of the placebo effect. Placebo studies have been going on for over a century at this point, and there is absolutely no working consensus on what the placebo effect is. Richard Feynman famously said about quantum physics, which we're going to talk about, anybody who says that they understand it definitely doesn't understand it. Well, the same thing is true with the placebo effect. Anybody who says, well, we know what the placebo effect is, the body releases certain enzymes and pain reductive chemicals and such, we understand it. We don't understand it. We don't understand it. Because our questions about the placebo effect right now in the year 2014 are deepening. We are in front of an ever deepening mystery of what the placebo effect is, which I think probably suggests that we're getting somewhere. The fact that hopeful expectancy can result in some kind of feeling of physical wellness on some traceable and substantial scale cannot be reduced to any one thing. If you can show that a feeling of hopeful expectancy, let's say, releases some sort of endorphins or pain reductive enzymes in the body, that may be going on, but that's not the only thing that's going on. That doesn't summarize the mystery for us, and the mystery keeps deepening. In December of 2010, researchers at Harvard Medical School embarked for the first time on a transparent placebo study. They collected a variety of people who were suffering from irritable bowel syndrome and gave them a pill that they told them was an inert substance, was a non-medicinal substance, a sugar pill in effect. 59% of the participants in the study reported substantial relief, even though they were told up front, guess what we're giving you? Nothing. You are receiving absolutely no medicinal properties whatsoever in this pill. And the results were extraordinary. Why would people experience physical well-being when they are told directly that they're getting a bread pill, a sugar pill, an inert substance? The researchers wisely resisted interpreting their own results. They said, well, we have to study this further. I venture in the book, and I'll venture here, one possibility, which is that belief in the placebo effect, familiarity with the placebo effect, is so widespread in our culture. People read about it in Reader's Digest, people hear about it on the news, some people have had some experience with it, that if you can put people into a setting where they feel that the parameters of the mind are being responsibly and reasonably and safely tested, that alone is enough to trigger this sense of confident, hopeful expectancy.
I have another possibility.
Please.
Should I get it?
Come
no,
on.
I mean, I don't know if you were finished, but no, the other thing for that example is when someone gives you something and you say, okay, this isn't anything, but there's a chance to create a prayer. So this does, I'm going to take this, even though it's nothing, but I'm going to send out a healing to myself. So I think there was a little self-reflection, meditation. So you give me something, I know it's nothing. I'm going to just say, okay, this isn't, but I'm going to put a little energy of my own around it, and that's why I think that experiment worked.
Well, anything that seems to arouse that sense of hopeful possibility in the individual, it's interesting because what the Harvard subjects were experiencing, in a way, wasn't vastly different from what Phineas Quimby's patients were experiencing 150 years earlier. And that puts us, now we'll get into the part of our discussion this evening where we deal with some of the applications of these ideas. That puts us in front of an extraordinary mystery. What is it that's going on, and what is the healing property? Because if we can identify one part of it, let's say the release of bodily chemicals, we haven't identified the whole thing.